you say these things.
Welcome, lords and ladies of fate. In this stream, we play various tabletop role-playing games as you, the audience, earn fate chips that can be used to reward or punish your favorite players or their characters. You can earn fate chips by watching, following, hosting, subscribing, or just contributing to the game. You can then use those fate chips to heal characters, adjust their next skill checks, force them to say silly lines, or just wreak havoc on the story. Tonight, we are playing Star Trek Adventures. These are the voyages of the Starship Norway. It's a 2-week mission to save the world, or a world, or maybe just not destroy one. Our crew consists of Armand playing Captain Roland Sykes. We've got myself playing Commander Abal Chizorthis. And we've got Lieutenant Commander Rockosaurus Rex playing Lieutenant Commander Bajor Burkeson. And Lieutenant Commander Amanda playing Lieutenant Commander Arya Burks. And we've got Good Devil playing Lieutenant Commander Sivek, our engineer. And to mediate the will of the fates for this voyage is Wayne, our very own Q.
Well, it has been some time since we've all gathered as a humans called friends, see how things are going.
It sounded very choppy. Anybody else hear that sound choppy? Or is it just me?
Am I choppy?
Yeah. Choppy.
And how about this?
Now it's dead silent.
It's dead silent now?
I can hear you now.
I'm good now? Okay, good now. That means voice mod is just being a little bit of a jerk, so I'm going to have to do this old school with helium and poppers. It's how we roll in the continuum. So, hold on just a second. I got to adjust myself for that. All right, a little to the left, and we're ready. So, again, this is the 5th segment of A Discordance of Silence Part 2. And while we begin, to warm us all up, I wanted to get us in the Star Trek mood with a bit of old Star Trek trivia from Memory Alpha, since it's so long ago that we do not remember anything about what happened last month. So, what is the most likely thing that tribbles taste like? According to this on-screen canon, Ontarian glowwater, Rigelian chicken, scallops, pocket lint, or a fursuit at the end of con. So those are your choices, and you ponder those in the chat. I feel that they're probably going to... I know which one's going to get the most votes. I don't know which one's the right. I don't know which one, if you're going to pick the right one. However, while we're on the subject, there is some sponsored content. Oh, put up the poll. You know, this proves that we are not in any way a multi-million-dollar streaming conglomerate that just rolls over season 3 as it sees fit. You got it? Okay, because I just took some Aldebaran whiskey the wrong way. Oof. All right, got to shift again. Get the poppers. Okay, so because we have to pay the bills, as you humans say, even though we do not use money in the future, we still use it here. So there's some sponsored content, and here's our PSA for the day. They are soft. They are fuzzy. And they get everywhere. You cannot change the laws of physics, but you can give biology a wee twist. Please spay and neuter your tribbles. It is the logical thing to do. And if you do have animals, please spay and neuter. Please be a responsible caregiver for your animal companions, because they can't do it themselves, and if they could do it to you. So just be happy the way things are set up in the universe right now. So how is our poll coming back?
Rift's plot line.
Oh, what? The animals. Where are my testicles, Summer? Where are my testicles? Have we got anyone?
We've got a couple votes for scallops. We have a vote for pocket lint.
Nothing for the fursuits, huh?
No one went first. Well, it looks like a player may have thrown out a joke answer of a soggy fursuit.
I feel that I'm not going to shame anyone for these responses. The Magato.
That's what I'm here for.
Do we have yes?
Probably
Yeah,
the
scallops are a bit rough.
Gross.
Red. Don't add stuff. It's person. Yes.
Wait a minute. Are you telling me that furries are just a fursuit that fucks?
I say
Is
I believe the phrase is walking bags of STDs. Yes. And I mean that with all due respect. It takes a lot to collect up that many STDs. So I have to see all this. Oh, did I just miss a Snoop booping? Yes, I think we're going to have some Magatu trivia coming up in the future now. The Magatos. So what I'm going to say is it a pencils down moment? Have we closed the poll?
The poll is now closed. Scallops won.
All right. Scallops won, and congratulations, audience. The most likely taste for a dribble is scallops with overtones of Edgar. So I've now canonized that particular short trek on CBS Paramount. Please watch. All right.
Oh, also get ready for Prodigy.
Yeah,
that looks really good.
The Janeway coming back, and I want to see what she does to those kids. Oh, I'm sorry, there was a transporter accident. All of you dead. So yes, that is our situation. So thank you all for playing, and I want to now poll our team of with a Vulcan Master of Kolinar saying, "What does thee know?" So from the past, we have I'd like to get your information and get everyone's opinion on what they think they know about the situation or where we're at now.
Thanks to my wonderful piloting skills.
We crashed because of your skills? I mean, that sounds believable.
And it's unplanned. Yes, Q don't do much, but sometimes you have to get out of the way of the Borg or an angry spouse, if you know what I mean.
Landed in such a way that we can't take off.
Yes. We booped snoots. What did we do with the creatures?
An orgy of the minds, if you will.
Yes, tonight's taking a decidedly furry tone. We could go for this. It's a small audience, but it is loyal to the core. Yes. We communed with the otters. Did we find an an AI friend?
Flo.
Yes.
I can't help but notice you're trying to commit genocide. Would you like any help with that?
Yes, we also contemplated genocide. We found out what did we find out about the creatures, the planet, and the sun? Okay. Yes.
That's actually pretty succinct.
Yeah. How do you remember what the time frame of it was, perhaps, of how long this situation might go before it collapses?
I thought it was a matter of months, but I don't.
And then it was a short time without flow, right? That was like days. So you do have, and there is the crew logs. Did you want to review the crew logs that you found? Okay. So I'm going to replay the crew logs that you found in Flow. And as you recalled, you also found out something else.
Section 31 had something to do with this.
There was something to do with Section 31. So I'm going to read you back the crew logs that came out of Flow. The first log is Security Chief Malbitz, and he said this could become a terrible, terrible weapon. I agree that this needs to be suppressed and sustained until it can be analyzed. Mission Specialist Harrison Volt made some modem sounds because I don't have my toy. I'm not going to get to say them. And it's going to be aligning crystalline deposit and shuttle AI matrix, updating duotronic subprocessors, and applying the Asimov algorithm. I have to get myself recentered on the camera. Engineer Tyson Dijon, who I believe you all had a little bit of mental rapport with his ghost. It says, I believe we can clone Flow and update her matrix. She seems to understand the and he says it only with a slight Vulcan accent. We can realign the crystals and possibly link her in, perhaps creating an artificial geology. Maybe we could save all of them, but we would need a bigger ship. And then he puts a special note in her system of take care, Flo, remember the tote board, keep the mug safe for the next pledge break. And then Lieutenant Dracis, who's on comms, notes, the harmonics are amazing, almost up to our Ardoddan standards. Flo seems capable of processing and maintaining the resonances. She even seems capable of reacting and adapting as the concert of the star and the shifts and grows. I wonder what will happen to this song if it's allowed to evolve over the months while the science team is dispatched.
Do we know if any science teams were ever dispatched?
Nothing. Nope. Well, you were told by Starfleet that nothing was sent, that they just happened to find this in the archive, and to said, oh, maybe we better send somebody to look at that.
Maybe we're the science team.
You might be the people that are designated to perhaps clean up after after those old scientists. Someone has to take care of the furry bikinis. And the
That's
planet,
an image I did
and
not
the
want.
planet's full of robots in unitards. Yes, schwing, I believe is the phrase. So yes, does that sufficiently help you? You have also been body and mind swapping all over the place.
Mm-hmm. We still have Cvec's consciousness in the chief medical officer.
And I believe that the security officer just recently got his consciousness back, as did the captain.
Mm-hmm.
And Ball brought a friend to the ship.
Who did he bring?
Hi there.
Oh, Flo. That's right, Flo.
I'm here in the
Flo.
pod, just outside. Did you want me to
Flo,
help
didn't-
genocide?
No, I want you to help fix the. Don't say that. Don't say genocide. That makes me feel some type of way.
Yeah, kind of should.
I
Yeah,
think we still
kind
owe her some legs.
Yeah. Like, ooh, I'm excited.
Yeah, it makes you feel all warm inside.
I think we still owe her some legs, by the way.
Yeah, we
guys.
just. It's Raytheon. We're down to Raytheon for sponsors. Oh yeah, edgy. So yeah, you have the AI that has ability to repair and capacity.
Except for her own legs.
Flo, you said you were gonna.
Yep.
Yeah, you said you were gonna fix the shuttle here. Can you get started? How long will that take?
Let me check.
Answer those in any order you want. I don't care.
I can. I'm gonna have to roll some dice, aren't I? Yes, I have to roll some dice. Hold on. How many complications can I generate from this?
Shh. We will generate our own complications. Thank you very much.
Do this all buyers. Yeah, where's that 20s die? Bring the 20s dice. I can fix this in approximately 8 hours. I believe that some of it is just simply patching the hull and rerouting some circuitry. Wow, what are these plastic things? Is that a
Don't touch that.
Duotronic subprocessor? Oh, okay. By the way, she's kind of still limited to the pod, so there's going to be some interesting ways of you're going to have to cross connect her and do a few other things to give her access to your ship.
I want to look at Bejor and go.
I'm going to need some access. Here, there's a big conduit. Can you plug this big cable in?
Well, just one second, Flo. Bejor, is there any way that we can give her access, but limited access? All right. Well, if you feel confident in it, then I trust your judgment because that's what a good commander does. So go right on ahead and plug her on in.
Before we do that, Cap, I gotta speak through Arya. So, before the Dr. Arya, if you could inform the captain.
Oh, you can.
I may be able to attempt to write an algorithm that would contain the alien AI.
Yep. One of the things you guys can do is we can do this with a mechanic of Wookiee speak, I believe, and so Sivik, if you want to speak through Arya, and Arya, if you agree, you just both do this, and that'll let Sivik talk through you. Yeah, you can do that, or I was going to go Vulcan, but that's okay. That might be the more, yeah. It's the mechanic. It's the mechanic you use that if one person's designated as the Wookiee Whisperer, and as long as the Wookiee player has that person with them, they can communicate their with a Wookiee speaker.
The Wookiee Whisperer.
It's a subwoofer. A subwooker. But I found it to be a delightful, as a meta thing, I found it to be a delightful mechanic because it relies on players to kind of be, it makes that weird partnership where somebody understands what the hell it's talking about. Much the same way as beluga whales are understood by everyone on the ship, but the audience has no idea what they're saying. So, go. Thanks. Put the hands up. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, I can confirm that the words Asimov, what was it called? The Asimov. Yeah. Yeah, she's applying an Asimov algorithm. He applied an Asimov algorithm to Flo before they set her loose. Sure. Well, I mean, keep in mind, there's the word. What is one of the more famous Star Trek things to do is, well, yes, the rule is hard and fast, but what is? What does is mean really? What does human mean?
I feel like I just got transported back to the 90s and I'm watching CNN.
Ooh, what is
talking about the definition of the word is?
What is yeah, or if. Or else you're really just smoking pot in the stairwell at the community college and go, wow, man. And whoever has the guitar is in charge of the conversation. But yes, so that's your yes, you're correct in that Asimov was 3 Laws of Robotics. You and I are very much on the same page about that, and also that it does have the first law of do not harm a human or through an action allow a human to come to harm. And then I'm going to put the little seed of doubt into your mind of what's a human?
Wait, just we're jumping the gun. No one's suggesting genocide yet.
Well, it's definitely suggested, yes.
Not on the air. I believe. Yeah. So if you wish, you don't have to put any processing or anything. She has a big cable. She's ready to be plugged in. She's very excited to be plugged in to the ship to be of use and service. She begins to have a vaguely Jeffrey Combsian voice about her. Okay. So you haul this big, comedically 1960s future tech cable into this very thin USB port from the 90s. And it amazingly fits. Oh, well, actually, no, it doesn't fit. No, it doesn't go in. You're pushing it in, and it's the right shape and everything, but it's
Commander Bezier, have you tried turning it upside down?
Oh no, you don't have to do it, Arias.
Pretty soon, it's all of us doing this.
Yes. Have you heard? Did you?
Have you tried flipping it over? Yes.
Can I
Why
just
is it
ask?
like-
The
Why
charm.
do you all trump Keith's best jokes? Why are you taking this away from me? I have so little to live for. The 3-twist USB was my masterstroke for this entire episode. I feel the good devil took it away from me, and he will pay accordingly.
Oh,
Penalty box.
here was his master stroke.
Same thing happened to me on Wednesday. I crafted a wonderful encounter that I thought it was going to take them a while to figure out, and they
what
figured
did-
it out in the
what did
first
we-
round.
What did we do to that?
Yes. So after
We're
after
smart. We find
you
things that
fiddle-
make us go.
yeah, you have a plot. It is broken. You
Oh
players,
no, our plot.
My
It's
plot
broken.
Can you make?
Stop.
Oh, can you make it go?
Stop.
Here we go. You do get the space dongle in there. There's not even any arcing or sparking or anything because it is literally put it. Flo begins humming to herself and commencing to work. Several of the panels begin lighting up and flickering with some power. So don't ask me how. This is magic Star Trek technology. Seems to fix itself fairly easily once you get your stuff going. Actually, Commander Ball, if you're around. Oh, okay, you didn't face it. Flip up. You're going to have to make an engineering check or two because Flo is going to have some directions for you.
I specialize in engineering.
Okay, so she's going to give you a directive to realign the magnetic couplers on the starboard nacelle, and that things have to be tuned to 22.7 millicochrans.
Okay.
So that will be difficulty 1 engineering and control task because it's very delicate.
Okay. Control and engineering.
And you'll need 1 success.
I think I should buy
You can borrow
a
from
die
the pool if you feel you're fortunate.
just to be safe.
You can buy a die. Okay.
It's not so good here. Nope, wait, okay. I got an 8, a 10, and a 17, and my target number was 13. So 2 successes and 1 failure.
All right. So I'm going to do some other tasks. Medical officer, there's going to be some problems with, atmospheric processors and general overall life support, which could either be a medical or engineering role.
I believe our medical officer is indisposed for a minute.
She has to make sure that she flips the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Got it.
Vamp.
Check the
Vamping.
snoots one more time.
Captain Rowland. There's also some repairs and adjustments needed on essentially the gravitic stabilizers, which will require difficulty 2 engineering and reason roll. That you're gonna have to degauss that yourself. So it's diff 2. Now keep in mind, here's another thing to think about. She's just giving you tasks. It doesn't require you specifically to do the task.
I already did mine.
They already did yours. Yeah. Actually, you netted them a point, so hey, good job. But yeah, so that's
I can do the next one, the reason and engineering.
Yeah, reason and engineering is the task to realign the gravitic stabilizers to help with the structural integrity fields.
Can I
See,
buy use a momentum?
Oh yeah, you're the captain. Oh no, actually, you have to ask your fellow players, don't you?
Nope. I've been told that I ask the my crewmates too much.
What?
That's what I thought. And the karma.
It's better.
Did he purchase a 20?
I did purchase a 20.
What?
And I didn't get any successes because my target is a 13 and I got a 14, a 17, and a 20.
Whew.
Ooh, this is what you get. All right, no, now's not the time to talk about onset incidents. Okay, so we're going. That's very tragic. I am so sorry that you seem to just buy things to punish yourself. So you have a consequence. Huh? If I can find it, I'm just so excited about this. I can't even find my little thingy.
If only I had
man.
an engineer here who I could delegate this task out to.
Captain, I do believe that is your fault.
Or a medical
Sending
officer that was.
employee to an operative.
Yeah, so you actually wind up, generating a bit of a feedback loop, and there are several, lots of badly drawn CGI blue sparks to arc around the ship at this point, because you are working on the underdecking and the entire structural integrity field. So what I'm going to ask everyone to do is make a fitness and what it wasn't intuition. What was the instinct skill?
Insight.
Insight. But those are
Insight,
two.
yes.
Those are two attributes, though.
Ah, damn it. Well, I like them. I say fitness and half your insight,
Rounded up or down.
because IQ rules are for mortals. Context is for kings. So half of your insight.
Rounded up or down.
Let's go with up, because I feel you need all the help your tiny little bodies can get. If it's 0.5, round up. So it's insight or fitness and half insight.
Nice.
And that's everyone,
2 successes.
because electricity gets everywhere.
2 successes. As the captain says, who would have thought centuries-old technology wouldn't mesh well with ours? 100%. That's great.
Who would have thought she'd have given bad instructions? Bahal, you also got 2 successes.
2 and a 6.
Okay. How are we doing, Mr. Security Man?
That's not a good.
Oh, that's going to leave a mark.
And so begins the TPK.
Mm-hmm.
Except I'm on a different planet. It is physically impossible.
Why do you say this before Arya has rolled her dice?
Mm-hmm.
You understand your... Huh? 2 7? 2 sevens? Oh, that's what. Those are 2 successes, correct? Oh, your phone is completely blank. All right, and so what that is, that's the number of dice I subtract off of your damage roll. And this is under stress. So what will happen is, here we go. Table, I don't know if there's a table drumming needed. This was a nice kind of attack. So, Captain, you took 2 dice worth of attacks. I rolled a 1 and a 4, and the hand of Ouchie has only smacked you for 1 point of stress.
Nice.
The Ouchie or the Ouchie has just singed your outfit. Bahal, you also only take 1 point of stress. However, you do suffer an effect, and in this case, it is knockback. So your stunt double is thrown quickly across the side of the ship. and knocked prone.
And his stunt double is
which-
also like a
yes.
good foot shorter than him.
Yes, and like 25 pounds heavier. The wig does not fit. So you're thrown against the thing. You're back to your normal self, lying prone. And easy to recover from. You're not in any significant combat. I'm going to go with Arya because I just saving the best for last. Arya, you do take 2 points of stress damage. That's well below the 5 required for some sort of an actual injury. But yes, you do receive a bit of a jolt. And Civic, by association. Where are you standing at the concert, by the way?
Near the mosh pit.
Front row center.
Well, no. The concert has ended, I'm currently standing outside the Kleinon Civic Center, waiting for my lift to arrive.
Kleinon Civic Center. 11. And lift has an apostrophe in it, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And it starts with a K,
And
but it's silent.
I'm glad that
Lift.
you got
It's
that.
a lift. Yes, it's a lift. But I do like the K is silent. I like that very much. The Klingons now have developed silent K. Just make sure it's good. You do suffer a bit of a mental stun. And you too seem to have a stunt double that throws themselves out into throws himself up against a building and is knocked prone for a moment.
Oh,
Not terrible. It's only 1 point of damage, but it did knock you off balance. You should be able to recover just with a fitness and security roll. If you need to recover your balance quickly, or if you feel you need to, fitness and security roll.
okay. 2 successes.
2 successes. Okay, you do bank the success. You only needed 1 to just kind of recover your footing. And finally, Mr. Security Man. So it was all failures and a critical? Yes. And I forgot.
While I'm
This
on
is
the
delightful. You hear this vague voice going, "Golly, sir, I thought you'd be better at this than that." It's an elbow. It's me. Come toward the light. Come toward the light. But be careful, because it'll have a little "Don't Walk Man" on it. Just don't believe the "Don't Walk Man." Signs are just for people who believe who don't have logic to guide them. All right, let's see how it goes. Oh, well, a 3, a 2, which is 2 points of damage, and then there's 2 6s, which is 2 effects, plus 2 points of damage, plus 2 points of damage. I'm afraid that you did pick up a significant amount of damage. You do have 5, basically 5. What are they called? 5, or actually 6 stress plus 2 knockdowns. Now, there are things you can do. You can take this. It's non-lethal, but it will just jangle you. In combat, if you wish to do this, and this is for your future edification, once per combat scene, you can spend 2 momentum, and an enemy can spend 2 threat to shake off the 5-point damage effect of incapacitation. You still have the damage, but you wouldn't be incapacitated. Right now, there's no your medical aid's at hand. You're not critically injured. There's no crisis. You don't need to spend the momentum. But in the future, if you wish to, does that make sense? I want to let you. You can just take the. You can just take the hit. You can just tank it, and be hilarious for a couple of rounds, and then yeah, you would be hilarious every round. Every round is a jokester. So yeah, you basically your stunt double is actually surprisingly close to you because I think you're more physically the type for the stunt person. Um, and but they needed to film it on two separate days, so two separate stunt people did the ball, and this one was a redress of ball stunt person. So yes, you're shorter and much rounder than before, and the uniform's a bit. So you slam against the chair. What else do you do as you're thrown about by the electric jolt? Do you have any ideas? Okay, so that's where they're going to draw the squigglies. The electric squigglies are going to go around the privates, aren't they? Yeah, this was a junk drawer attack. All right. So you're thrown across to the back of the shuttle, and you crumple in a heap, hiding your face. And then who's going to go? Is anyone going to go to their aid, or are they just going to look and laugh? Okay. Um, as you kind of turn him over, amazingly, it's back to the main actor. Um, you turn him over from his hidden face, and he looks just right. Um, there's some scorch marks on your uniform, a little bit of smokiness going on. Um, uh, yep. If you and the voice is a little higher. If you want to fix his voice, it will be basically a medical and control roll for one success. No, two dice, but you only need one success. All right, and everything comes down. Um, that salve, I'm sure that salve will work just fine.
Doctor, it sounds a little bit too low now. Is there any way we can self-correct that? Get it back up to normal?
What? It's kind of just
Somehow I don't.
Meanwhile, Civic's just getting a little angry that not one driver has pulled over to pick him up.
Yeah. Someone's experiencing some racial profiling on
yeah.
Chronos.
I believe that Vulcans are seen as notoriously bad drivers.
Yeah, they're bad.
They don't take any of the preferred snacks or water.
I apologize to any Vulcans we may have in the chat. The
But
words spoken by
sorry,
Q do not necessarily represent the
it's
viewpoints
true.
of Lords and Ladies of Fate.
Yeah, tipping is illogical.
They clearly get paid
the
by
best
the
the best thing you can hope. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh man, you do not believe in money. Well, I don't believe in giving you a ride. Um, so, yeah, the despite that, by the way, the plates are still shorted out and need to be repaired. So I don't know who else wants to try this. Oh, that's unfortunate. Hold on. And Flo actually says, "Oh, that wasn't right." Okay, hold on. It was positive, not negative. Um, oh, she rolled a. Anyway, how does that work? Okay, I'm going to give you a momentum for the critical failure that the NPC had.
Ooh.
So, yeah, there's that. She also is saying that she also hands another set of instructions out with different calibration numbers to realign the gravitic plates.
I'm gonna look at these numbers and go, oh, see, now that's where I made the mistake. See, that looked like a 1. You gotta, Flo, you gotta be really, really careful when you're dealing with long strings of code. But you know what? It's fine. It's fine. I'll do it again.
Well, I could stop. Okay. So yeah, please roll your reason and engineering with a 2 success requirement.
I will buy another momentum.
Okay.
Or buy another die with momentum.
I'm
there we go. That's much better. 11, 8, and 6. So I got 3.
Woo! Request. The devil was asking either meta or
yeah.
need to do the commuting.
Just no commuting at the moment.
Do the no. Whoa, children. All right,
I don't want to say what that looks like.
Well, no, this is actually more meta. So, I'm just curious
now I've got like this going.
I'm just curious if I can check flow for rampancy.
For what?
For rampancy, degradation of an AI.
Okay. Well, you can certainly. You'll need to actually physically access the hardware where flow is installed, which is just outside the ship, where nothing ever bad can happen.
Well, I believe our chief security is presently flat on his ass, so maybe I shouldn't distract the doctor.
Who's that? When did we get a baritone?
Yeah. So, did you want to go out to the ship outside?
That's gonna depend on Dr. Arya.
All right. You exit the ship if no one else has anything else to say.
Oh yeah, Captain.
Meanwhile, the captain's busy
in the
repairing.
corner. It's damage.
Oh, look at all that.
Yeah. Okay. In the meantime, boop, off the ship. You enter into. Do you want to go inside of the cockpit for flow?
Well, where's her mainframe center?
She'd be in the pod. She's
okay.
she's in the memory units of the.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess to keep it as basic as I can. I'm gonna assume Civic would with a engineering knowledge of computers would know how to give a basic health check for a shipboard AI.
A 100-year-old AI.
I didn't say a good one.
Didn't say a good one. Just said one. Okay, so you're going to go in. Well, Flo's processing. Her face is on a monitor, so you can talk to her. She's aware of you being here. Hi there. How's things going? I think the repairs are working splendid.
Greetings, Flo. I am only here to give you your routine health check per Starfleet code 35.A/B subsection 45D.
Okay. Do you? I mean, I'm guessing that there is such a code. I mean, a routine maintenance check is absolutely correct. You're not pulling the wool over her eyes. Does that make sense? Because you're not trying to lie to her, correct?
No.
Okay. All right. Well, she sees no reason to have an issue with that, and says, "Oh, sure, but please don't disturb any of the running subroutines as I'm working on repairing, and I'm very eager to return to my communing and the symphony."
Indeed, this should not interrupt your work at all.
Okay. So what are you really gonna do?
Nothing. I'm gonna give her a health check.
A little pep talk.
Well,
how many times do I have to tell you about cell phones on the job? Sorry. Go ahead. What?
No, just a routine health check. Nothing nefarious.
It's a reason in engineering, and because she's she is old technology, but because of your previous adventure, you're familiar with 23rd century, 22nd, 23rd century tech because you had to adapt to it last time. So the age penalty comes off, but there is a minor penalty that goes on because she's a prototype. So I'm going to have to adjust the difficulty. A routine diagnostic is a level almost 0 task. So this is a 1 success requirement is all.
Okay.
It's nothing major. I just wanted to let you know what everything that was in play.
Target 16, we got a 15 and 11. 2 successes.
All right. 1 is wasted. However, you can spend that on gather information if you wish. You're in there. You're looking at her code. Her code has a series of patch upon patch upon patch upon patch. And also it seems to be a self-correcting algorithm, which, and it does look like, and your knowledge of from required reading at the Academy, is she is a crude AI that was indicative of early attempts by the Daystrom Institute as well as the Cirrus, the Cirrus Cybernetics, Advanced Cybernetics Institute. So these were early ideas of how AI worked, and they were notoriously unstable. But when they worked, they were great. But when they didn't, they just collapsed.
Right. So am I able to determine if there's any current instability in Flo's code?
No, Flo seems to be functioning really well, and has, over the past 100 years of her time here, seems to have actually self-corrected and updated her own software and you'll notice this thing in the code where, and can I ask you for a momentum, because there's more interesting things in the code that you've done the basics, and if you want more interesting information, it may cost you momentum.
All right, yeah, let's spend one.
You had one already over, so this is costing you nothing. This was just going to get thrown away like bad food. So what you see is that her pathways have become more and more complex and integrated as time has gone on. She has created more and more complex rhythms and harmonies for the best explanation. If you think of this as a musical composition, she has started layering on things and put in new themes, and the themes are coming from her, but they also seem to come from external inputs, which you could presume is the star. You could presume is the they're all evolving together, with the star being the only inorganic component, or the star being the only non-sentient component to this.
There you go. Fascinating.
We've already pissed off the Vulcans. I do not want to piss off all the pocket calculators.
Well, very well then. Upon confirmation that...
Yeah, Doctor, you're looking at this too. Can I get a medical and reason check? I apologize for cutting you off, Civic. Mm-hmm. You're sharing eyes, so you might share ideas and observations. Tell me how many successes you get. Okay. One of the things you do recognize is that these waves and patterns are, they're highly integrated. They are very much what you'd expect to see in a conjoined species like the trill. So you're seeing, an overlay where no one partner has all of the brain waves. This is functioning essentially as a single mind, and that the mind is scattered across many nodes. And you've seen this in other species that share telepathy, like your own, for example. So this reminds you very much of how a Beta Z communal Gestalt. Gestalt is a communal experience. How that works. Does that make sense? I have just run out of buzzwords. Yes. Yep. Not Borgy, not that shitty Borgy way. In a fun way. Yep. There you go. Yes. See, now I'm going to have to take a thread away because I can't give you any other reward. All right, good. I'm taking threat away as a reward for insight.
Yay.
Playing into the DM's idea. Yeah. So I apologize. That was the other piece of the piece to that. And Civic, you were about to say.
Oh, nothing of relevance. I was going to say being satisfied, finding that flow is functioning correctly. I can return to the ship to further assist in repairs.
Boop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop. All right, so flow is not a threat. The ship's repairs, as time goes on, seem to be proceeding apace. No one has fried themselves anymore. You managed not to electrocute yourselves while they've been away, and the ship is almost space-worthy. So what are we going to do?
We still can't communicate outside of the system because of the interference.
No,
correct?
you can't do that or engage in high warp. Like warp 1 is about where you're at for stability wise. But yeah, you can't. Subspace is null, but you get outside of the bubble of the system and you can get right back to it. And they sent in a ship with some, reinforced engines to make sure that you weren't crippled by this, and you knew what to expect, so you were ready. But yeah, yep. Go ahead.
Do we have any kind of indication as what would happen to the Ara if or however I don't want to be insensitive.
Yeah.
What would happen if we left the system with them? Like, what would happen to them? Because my understanding is that what's happening here is like a communion between them and the interference from the star. So I don't know.
Well,
am I overthinking it?
No, it's up to you guys. You'll all have to hypothesize because you're asking me, but you might. Do you guys want to make any rolls or educated guesses? Yeah. Now the question. Yeah. The other thing is there's 3 players in this symphony, and what can that look like? Because you were all discussing. Because I believe the captain was discussing the possibility of removing the RR from this environment, and how would that affect them? And so was the engineer. I'm sorry. Yes.
I was gonna say, theoretically, if the creatures were removed from the system, would that not cause the star to go supernova? As they are part of the system that's keeping it stable.
Well, there's one thing we can do. We can go sit down, Mr. Bajor, please. That's exactly what I was about to do. Flo.
Hi there. What? Hi. No, I'm afraid we got Raytheon. I am afraid that we've lost Ovaltine a long time ago.
Well, as it so happens,
Roll those ads.
you guys will not believe the sound these baby seals on this planet make when you club them on your brand new Raycons.
Oh,
Surround sound genocide.
Club.
Flo.
Hi there. Hi there.
Hey,
You're all contemplating
Flo.
something really horrible. Is this a professional?
No. We were just having a conversation. It had absolutely nothing to do with this planet or this mission. It was a completely different mission we were talking about.
It was in the producer's room next door. How do we even hear that?
I'm during comms.
So.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
To the terms of service when you activated her. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, so Flo, a couple of questions that I have for you, since you've been here for a little over 100 years, you'd know more than we would. Just lowly Starfleet types that just happened upon this. Could you tell me? It's a twofold question. What would happen if the Aru were removed from this system, in your best estimation? And two, is there a way to artificially generate the interference coming from the star?
Well, I don't have the working sound bite from my soundboard, but you can imagine a series of clicks and buzzes and riffling relays playing over while her eyes somewhat freeze up and go somewhat glazy. And she comes back with, well, the Aru themselves would not survive independently. However, I enjoy singing with them. That's actually that's actually something that Tyson made sure I could do extremely well.
So if you are singing with them, then would they need the sun?
She's thinking about that. I gotta roll some dice to see how smart she is. Yeah, that's a lot of 20s. Oh God, that's a lot of 20s. Okay, well, I don't know if I could do that on my own. That would be a huge change to my status quo. But I might need some assistance to sing without a star, unless we found another star.
Could I use the computer to like search Starfleet database to see if there's any other star that has a similar interference to it?
Yeah. Basically, it's looking at your science and your reason, and the fact that somehow this runabout has all the Federation's knowledge in it, or at least star charts, which would be logical. If anyone wants to assist, Bahal, do you have? You still there? Because I can't see your picture. If Bahal is there, he can assist with con and control for one die.
Okay, I can do that.
Because that's a sort of plugging into the navigation skill. If you have Starship navigation, even.
So I'm doing reason and science.
Reason and science, and then Bahal can assist with navigation. That's just essentially con and control.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice. That's a
2 and
beautiful 20.
2 and 13.
All right. Do you have anything? You have an 8? So that's one success. Do you have any foci that might indicate something like stellar cartography or astronautics?
Astrophysics.
All right. That's exactly what you need. That generates a juicy 1, 2.
Should have sent you to the Klingon opera.
Yeah,
now
probably.
That I think about it.
The 8 wouldn't. The 8 wouldn't push you into the critical range. The music would be good if we were if it had been explained to you it was a musical puzzle. But somebody decided to hold back on that.
Like sending me to the opera.
The jerks. Yeah, send you to the opera. So you generated 4 successes, and Flo is going to need. You do find many stars in the Federation that are unstable in this way, or old, that are breaking down, and believe it or not, many of them have inhabited worlds surrounding them.
Judging by this list of stars, does any of them jump out at me as like this would be a perfect suitable replacement?
Yes, actually, several of the stars. Thank you. Several of the stars are, part of it is like you're looking at it, and yeah, there are several stars, and some are within 50 or so light years near the core of the Federation. There are a number of stars that could be picked and chosen from. And some are even tagged for long-term disaster relief because they are inhabited. And it takes a while to relocate a planet. But if, I don't know, you could buy them time.
We could buy them time by bringing the Ara there to stabilize things, to let people I just cracked the code. Flo
You beat
and
Star Trek.
Flo, so hear me out, crew. So Flo and the Ara in concert with the destabilized star actually stabilizes the star. So if we take them to these worlds that are inhabited but are they're going to be destroyed, where we need time to get people off of them, then we could just move the Ara around from place to place to place to stabilize these systems to allow for further humanitarian relief. Oh my goodness, crew, I think we got it. Don't worry, your captain is a smart and gracious man. He definitely will tell Starfleet all about how you all kind of helped. And I'm playing. Everyone's gonna get full commendations in my reports for this. This is gonna be fantastic. I want to call Flo up again. Flo.
Hi there. I don't recall ever being told not to listen, but sure.
Oh, wonderful. So Flo, you're privy to the conversation we just had. Listen, I want to bring the Ara to another star system that is very similar so that they can help. But I can only do so in good conscience if you can keep the Ara stable in transit. There will be a short period of time between this star system and the next star system where there will be no interference from said star. I don't know if you would be able to compensate for a short period of time. If we knew the exact amount of time that you could do that, then that would kind of give us a better indication of where we would take them first, or things like that.
I think that I can I think I can work on that. I would need some assistance because that's a bit beyond my capabilities. I was here to sing a song and not necessarily to project into the future of the song itself. But I would need some assistance. And
Well,
as a
it's
referee, I
lucky.
think I've got. Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Lucky for you, Flo, the consciousness of one of the best engineers in Starfleet just so happens to be embodying my chief medical officer. So I'm pretty sure he would love nothing more
I'm
than to help.
I'm fairly certain we'd be able to work out a similar frequency with our deflector dish in transit.
Oh, well, that would be good. Can you input some sort of a general formula for me, please? So while you're waiting for your lift. Oh, your lift is coming up. Do you want to catch your lift, or do you want to try and transmit this code?
Code. That's an order.
There's a lift. It's coming up. Kartath is coming by. Do you want to get in, buddy, or not?
Basically, Flo, listen, this is what I'm thinking here. I'm thinking once you get this ship patched up, we leave the system because we really can't do any. I can't communicate with anything else inside the system. Once we get outside the system, I'm gonna call one of these sweet Walker class transport ships, and as the name suggests, great legs, fantastic legs on them.
Wait, I have legs?
There will be legs. It's the Walker class. How do you think it got its name?
Oh, that's amazing. I would need to stay here to continue things, but you could rejoin me.
Absolutely.
I may be able to talk to Tyson again. That would be great.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm gonna look at my chief medical officer and be like, do you see this Betazoid over here, Commander Arya? That she is not gonna let me forget about you all. Absolutely not.
Okay, that sounds great. Flo seems totally agreeable to it. The repairs to the ship are reasonably finished. Bahal, you're going to need to do a pre-flight systems check. That's a difficulty level 1 con and reason.
While he's doing that, I would like to go outside.
Okay.
And boop one snoot of an Aru so I can let them know what's going on.
Okay. I really want.
Sorry if you don't have that queued up.
Why this is why we don't use Roll20. Because otherwise you guys just do your own damn thing. Throw the Captain Roland in. Copy.
Oh my God, there's so much math happening in chat, and I don't like
There
it.
is a lot of
it.
math in chat right now, ladies and gentlemen. We are actually planning this. There are angstroms being mentioned. People are referencing Heisenberg uncertainty. You were looking at some quantum stuff. I think we're looking at spin positive on things. I'm going to attempt something. Is my voice still coming through?
Yep.
Okay. Please hold on. Well, are you preparing to boot the snoot?
I am prepared.
All right. Let me make sure I've got this.
Hi.
Hey,
I hope
how's it going?
Is coming through.
It's coming through loud and clear, my good cuddly buddy.
Hey, where did the other go? We're having a bit of mental stress because of this.
I do apologize, and I assure you, as soon as the repairs to our shuttle are completed, Flo will be back singing in concert with all of you and your beautiful song. I just wanted to let you know what is happening here. You see, this star system is so unstable to the fact that you will not be here in a few hundred years. The system will be completely uninhabitable. We want to take you from this planet to stop that from happening. So basically, we are going to leave. We're going to leave Flo here, so everything is perfectly fine. We are going to send a transport vehicle that is going to come here and take you to a very similar star system. So that way you can sing in concert with its star and keep its star from going nova, while we also help other creatures that might be inhabited on this planet that can't be there anymore. If this makes any sense to you.
What's going to have to happen is you're using many strange words that and concepts that we're not fully versed in, but we have someone else to sing with because some of our current some of our current collaborators, they're growing old and very, very resistant and almost painful to hear them sing. Is that something you'll give us a new person to sing with?
Well, I can't promise that there will be a new person to sing with, but Flo was created 100+ years ago. Technology's improved drastically since then.
So watching a devil going, he has banged his head on the desk so hard metaphorically right now. I couldn't resist. I'm going back into character.
Oh yes, some of them have become old. We enjoy the one with the math mind. She is always fresh and vibrant, and her skin is very supple.
You mean Flo, correct?
The math mind, yes. She talks with the Tyson.
Yes, and also know that this move will help many others, not just your own race, but you could be heroes.
Just
even for one day.
For an entire millennium.
Everyone gets that for free.
Yeah, everyone gets a free one on that. Well, let me see. What I'll need you to do, you've introduced them to new concepts. Am I actually out of voice?
Yes, you are.
Yeah, you'll need a what's it called? This is going to be gonna go with insight and command.
Insight and command, and I would like to buy a
die?
Yeah, because I have cautious command.
Oh, goodness gracious. That takes care of that 20. That takes the wind out of my sails.
I'm not even going to use it. I got a 4, a 5, and an 8.
All right. So you do generate, you needed a couple of successes because the concepts you were introducing were alien to them, but you managed to convey them in the finest of Starfleet ways and tell them about how...
As a used card salesmaning technique, apparently.
Telling them about how baseball works. You were about ready to talk to them about baseball. And let me see, and because of, I'm going to see if this actually works. This is because you rolled dice to convince someone?
Nothing.
No? Didn't work. All right. I really am enjoying those soundbox things. The and braha are all, you get a sense that they just have a quick mental rapport and are okay. By the way, yeah, Civic, you were actually still in the meld with this.
Hey, Civic, you're here.
I can't quite explain it either, Captain. However, if it is new musical expressions that the Aura seek, well, I have a certain rock opera that I could suggest to them to give them new and more expressive ideas.
Well, maybe Sivek, once you get off of Kronos, you can board the Walker class ship and start making changes to its deflector dish in order to bring that concert to the Ara.
Indeed.
I'm sure they would love my Batleth brings all the boys to the yard.
Indeed, Captain. My only concern with that is the singer did tell me that if he could teach me, but he would have to charge.
Oh.
Oh, yes. So yes, what I'm going to say is, as a thing, Tyson also, the ghost of Tyson also, does say, it is most gratifying that you were able to finish what we started. We did not know what we set in motion here, but I am glad that you were able to bring it to a successful conclusion. Oh,
All right, yeah. Tyson's going to say that a little differently. But yes, it is most gracious that you did this.
And I'm going to say, Tyson, you have no idea how relieved I am that we've settled on this decision and not our earlier decision. And then I'm going to nope out of the call.
Yeah. And you're going to nope out of the call. And
I don't want him to ask questions about what we were
There's
thinking
some
before.
awkward questions here. So yeah, you guys, we can end the congratulations. You broke Star Trek. You won Star Trek again. But you did win Star Trek. You have the Walker class. You leave the system. The Walker class has arrived. You're in the area to refit the Walker class with a set of crystals. You upload flow, and they are now going from star to star, singing it into peaceful sleep, while any sentients nearby are rescued.
I would also like to add that I made sure that a set of holographic legs were made available to Flo.
She is so happy. They are the ones out of Legos. I believe the legs had to be made out of Lego. She had sets of legs, and actually there's one that looks like the lamp from that's a show. Producer, very good. Yes, produced by
I wanted to calculate the most optimum path to take the horror on and the time frames and name it the ball sex path or trail.
So I want to say thank you to everyone. Thank you for staying an extra half hour. I really appreciate all of your indulgence in this potentially catastrophic situation, and I return you to the Lords and Ladies of Fate's hype man.
So first of all, hopefully everybody had a good time with us tonight. Please hit the follow button if you did. We were very close to getting our follower goal for the month, but we only got a couple days left to do it. And Wednesday night we'll be returning for our 5th edition D&D campaign with Armand as our GM for that. And then
with a combat encounter that will not be beaten in one round.
We'll see.
This time.
Yeah, this time.
Yeah, we just got one.
Yeah.
Then Thursday we'll be returning with Star Wars, being run by our Bruce Gaskin buddy, who also streams on Saturdays on his own channel. And hopefully, as we promised the season finale of Rifts for 5 months, we will promise the start of Aliens in 3 months when the rest of the ship pieces get here. But maybe sooner. And with that, let me see if we can find a good raid.
Yeah, give me that raid. Hey, and Lords and Ladies of Fate, remember, when you raid with us, you are not only representing yourselves, you're representing us as well. We are all the Lords and Ladies of Fate. That's you and us. So don't be a jerk. Be fun. Spam those emotes, because I know you got them.
One probably will do. So have at it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we got some great emotes. If you haven't used your Prime sub for the month, please feel free to do so to get some of our good emotes.
Let me showcase you a list of our emotes: Chombo, Meta, Raid, Sniffler, and Heart. Boom.
All right, what do we got here?
The meta's me. I'm the meta. Ah.
This is interesting.
What did you?
That's when I called my mom and I said, Mom, I made it. I'm an emote on Twitch. And she said, what is, it's 2:00 in the morning. Yeah. Yeah.
These guys are playing Ghostbusters.
I don't live with my mom.
That's why she.
In her house. In the basement. All right.
You know my roommates.
All right. Bye, everybody. See you next time.
He said